Hi, everyone. I'm sorry for my absence on yesterday during our discussion of Mr. Barnes. Unfortunately, I wasn't available. However, I am available today, and I'd like to add a little bit of input in regards to this case. So the first thing we were asked to do was to develop steps that we take in reporting through the surveillance system. I just wanted to touch on what Beth said. So since TB is a nationally notifiable disease, and that reporting is mandated by us here at DRHA, I feel that Beth nailed it. She said that we would use the TB surveillance form and have that transmitted through our NEDSS system. I would also like to add that since Mr. Barnes has been discharged already, that we would probably want to make a follow-up phone call to the CDC just to let them know that the patient has been discharged already. He is a transient, and will need to expedite contacting him. We could also solicit help from our case management department to try to locate Mr. Barnes to make him aware of his status. Maybe he can stop and get some outpatient services. That's what our case management department is for, is to help coordinate any services that patients will need once they have been discharged. Secondly, Mr. Lister has a right to know that he has possibly been in contact with TB. Therefore, he and his family may need to seek some type of outpatient care. And giving this information to Mr. Lister, I think it's very important that we keep Mr. Barnes' information as confidential as possible. As we know, we cannot reveal to Mr. Lister Mr. Barnes' information, only that he needs to seek some type of medical treatment. Secondly, privacy issues. Of course, there's privacy concerns, as I could say. According to Section 306 and 308 of the Public Health Services Act, and we all have access to this at www.pubservicesact.com, ID of any individual will be held in confidence and will not be released without consent of the individual. That poses a kind of a problem for us because Mr. Barnes has been discharged. However, we are once again mandated to report this information. So when transmitting the information to the CDC, we need to make sure that we follow the form thoroughly. It usually just has a case number on it, and most of the patient identifiable information will be held in confidence. Access to the data should be restricted to individuals authorized to perform TB surveillance activities. And of course, if there are any hard copies, which I doubt in this day and age, they should be maintained in locked areas. Also, access to the approved data entry software and local databases should be controlled through the use of a user ID and password, and just access on a need-to-know basis. The other question we were asked was to discuss how keeping track of TB bedbug outbreaks is beneficial and the value of the national surveillance system. Okay, so according to Myers 2012, he stated the best recognized use of the national surveillance system is detection of epidemics, period. I agree in whole. The surveillance system is needed in order to control epidemics. It's used for researchers to further identify trends, monitor outbreaks, narrow them down to any geographical location. So the surveillance system is definitely needed. Because of NEDSS data accumulation and sharing, users can quickly discover facts about the disease and their specific geographical location as they occur. And in turn, this increases public awareness and gives us an opportunity to educate the public. The system will also allow public health professionals to rapidly recognize and respond to disease outbreaks. So I believe that early detection and alert will contribute to the safety and decrease potential spreading of any infectious diseases. According to the CDC, there's an article titled NEDSS, it's at healthcareIT.gov. More than 100 systems were used prior to the NEDSS system to transmit reports to federal agencies and the state health departments. Most of the data was received by mail, then it was entered into a computer system manually. Needless to say, the data was not entered in a timely manner, and many diseases were underreported, inadequately documented, or inaccurately reported. So now that we have this wonderful NEDSS system, hopefully in a standardized form, information is transmitted more timely, more real-time update, and therefore our public health professionals have time to react to any outbreaks or epidemics. That's all I wanted to add today. Once again, I apologize for not being available when Group F was ready to do their broadcast. Hopefully we came up with a great solution, and we've contacted Mr. Barnes and we've notified Mr. Lister. Thank you so much.